Hey team, one of the most popular questions that I get asked is about where and how to find and source paper maps. Now, whether or not you're a GPS guy or you just realize the value of having a paper map and a compass when you're out exploring through the woods, we're going to take the opportunity here in this one, and I'm going to walk you through where Stoker gets his maps, and I'm going to show you one that I just recently resourced from this place. Now, there are a ton of places out there to get paper maps. Here where I'm at, we have REIs all over the place. They're like Walmart's, almost one on every corner. And I can walk in and I can find, as long as they have the stock in stock, if that makes sense, the maps that I'm looking for. But you may not have that option where you're at, and whether or not you're getting ready to go on a trip and you want to get some maps for where you want to go, and it's not local, or even if it is some local maps, maybe you want to find a topographical map for your location, for your house. You can do that, and it's too easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the source of all topographical information. And again, whether you're using custom topo or any of these other places, none of them actually make maps. They all provide or get their source documents from the United States Geological Survey. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to the USGS website. We're going to do some screen shares, some screen looking and everything else, so you can see exactly what I'm looking at as we walk through their website, as well as how and to find those maps that you're looking for. So we can see on the USGS website that it's pretty straightforward, you would think, but I'll show you a couple ways to maneuver around some of this stuff. So on their main page, you can scroll down and see all the stuff that they have, and then we'll scroll back up and quickly look at the top toolbars that we have here, from the science and all of the products and the news and the connect and the about. If you go to the science, you want it to get more into how maps and mapping is actually done. I mean, you can find all kinds of information here to really deep dive and get a little bit more knowledge into your kit bag as far as what the USGS actually does. But what we're going to do is we're going to type up here, or go up here to products right here, and then come down over here to topographical or topo maps. Now the screen that's going to pop up is not the page that we're trying to look for, and it used to be, and I'm going to show you how to get there. And we're going to kind of cheat, because there is no way that I've found to get to where we're going to try to go to. So I'm going to open up a new tab and go to Google here and type in USGS Topo Maps, and I'm going to scroll down, and this link right here, NGMDB, that's the one that we want. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up a view of the United States, and now I can scroll in and I can zoom in, I can zoom out. I don't have the whole screen on here, so I'm going to kind of move this over here to the left, so that you can see the toolbars that we have over here. And then I'm going to scroll it back over here, pull the screen over a little bit, and you can see everything here. So again, we can get started here by entering a location. We can type in a city, a location, a quadrangle name if that's what we have. We can zoom in, we can zoom out. I can just click on a location and it will bring this up. So you could type in your city, your address, and you can find it. You can zoom in. Here we are, just zooming in, as close as we want to get to, and then actually click a location, and it will show us all the maps that we have over here on the right. So I'm going to zoom back out real quick, and we're going to look at one of my favorite places, which is Gila Wilderness, New Mexico. And it starts off, you have some parameters here that you can change if you want to, and then on the scroll bar off to the right, it's going to begin with the oldest maps, which you can see here. The oldest one is 1911, and then if we scroll down all the way to the bottom, the newest one here is Lily Mountain, Well, and since you can't see that, we'll look at this one here. And then if you click on the map and you see this drop down menu, then you can click on the JPEG and it's going to download that map. And then once it's downloaded, you can look at it and you can save it. And you can save this thing and you can manipulate it any way that you want to on your own computer. Now, this thing, when it downloads, is full size, which means it's, they're roughly 24 by 36 inches, and I'll show you one here in a minute. So you can't print from this without doing some sizing and some scaling on an 8.5 sheet of paper, which I have done in the past. But we can see as we zoom in here to this particular map in the Gila Wilderness, which is the oldest wilderness area in the continental United States. Let's see if I can zoom back out a little bit. You can see you get all of your, this is where everybody else gets their stuff. And you go up to the top, it'll give you the name. Of course, you have all of your UTM stuff, and gives you your actual name for the quadrangle, which will come in handy later if you're trying to search something to buy. And if we scroll down to the bottom, it'll give you all of your legend information, as well as all of your adjoining sheets, your scale, contour interval, which here you can see is 40 feet. And then, of course, you have your magnetic information, or your GM angle, your declination diagram. And scroll back over, you got some more legend information. So that's pretty cool. Now, the reason why it's cool to be able to find older maps and compare them to newer maps, if we do a search for Mount St. Helens, again, you could zoom in and download, or you can just type in like we just did. I'm going to open up the oldest map that they have here, which is in 1919. And then as it's doing that, we are going to scroll down, and so you see, just open up there, and I'm going to get the latest and greatest map, which is 2020. And then we're going to look at these two side by side, because time has a way of making lots of changes, and Mount St. Helens is just a classic example of some of those changes that have happened over the course of time. So we'll zoom out just a little bit there, and then we'll zoom in here on the right. Oh, not too far though. And here you can see, let's zoom out over here so we can get them roughly the same size. So we're obviously zoomed in pretty good on the right, and over here on the left you can see Mount St. Helens with all of its glaciers, and everything is intact. And then up over here to the right, you can see just how much has been absolutely decimated when it blew its top back in the 1980s. So that's kind of cool to see. At least I think that it is. Now we're going to zoom in here. We'll scroll over again in here into Washington. We're going to look for a little map that's right in here. Again, you can click on an area and it's going to pull up all of the maps that are available. So I'm not looking for that guy. Let's look at this Frost Mountain. Get this thing opened up. And we'll make this full size. And we'll zoom in here, and here you can see an area called Nat Flat. And I did an overnight trip here not too long ago, and Riggs and I, we kind of hung out right in here. And this is specifically an area that I wanted to go to because I saw and believed that there was going to be enough area to be able to conduct an in-person land navigation course. And this was a good spot, kind of centered between Tacoma and Seattle. So it's easy and easily accessible, and plenty of opportunity for a lot of folks to be able to come out. So I'm hoping to do this before I leave the area. And I went ahead and I ordered this map, and I'll show that to you here in a second. Now, let's go into how do we buy maps. So I can go back over here to the USGS website, and we'll go to products, and we should be able to find a way to get to the store. USGS store. Wait for this thing to open up, and now I can type in Frost Mountain, Washington, and let that thing spend its time moving up. It gives you all the maps that they have available for Frost Mountain. And here's the latest one right here, version 2020. So we can add it to cart. If you want to look at the details, you can look at the details that it has of the map. We'll do that here real quick. $15. It costs $5 for shipping. This is the map that we were just looking at. So it's a 1:24 paper. It's flat, obviously. Tells you the survey date. And even again, you can download the PDF for free. Of course, we already have it in our cart. And if we just go scroll over here to the cart, we have it here, $15. And then if we go to checkout, it'll be $5 for shipping in the continental United States. And it comes in a tube. We'll take a look at this thing here. I guess it's probably closer to 24 by 36. And again, it's just a paper map. Boom. Now, the map, the paper that is used is not waterproof. There are ways that you can make paper water repellent, or you can, put it in some sort of document protector or map case or something. But, the quality of the heaviness, the weight of the paper is pretty decent. It's kind of standard poster grade kind of paper that's just not, glossy. And again, it is not water repellent. But you do get all of your UTM information and some semi-transparent grid lines on it in order to be able to use a protractor as well. And although it's a 1:24, you could use a 1:25 protractor on this thing to get some reasonable accuracy. And again, everything is just absolutely crisp. It is a clean, good print. And if you didn't want to get it from USGS, maybe you have a local, print store in your hometown that can print on the type of paper that you want. You could send them the actual PDF and then have them print it. And that may cost a little bit more, probably cost a little bit more than ordering just a paper copy from the USGS, but at least you'd have it on the type of paper that you want, assuming that it's available. Or you could take the whole thing and you can laminate it. Just tons of options that are available for you. Hey team, I hope you enjoyed the content of this one. If you did, of course, make sure you like it. And don't forget to leave some comments down below if it was value added to your kit bag, whether or not you're looking for a map for your local area. Maybe it's a cabin that you want to go to. Maybe it's an upcoming trip that you have. Being able to get quality paper maps for these areas is absolutely paramount and critical. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Till then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked. Team, if you want to master your craft, develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.